Joe Skeletor Giannelli.
Well, that sucked. UFC dreams postponed, just gone in 60 seconds. Got my ass kicked. Congrats to Michael Dufort, the new Cage Titans professional lightweight champ. Hell of a guy. Congratulated me on my engagement in the cage. Sent me some nice messages. His friends were cool. Wish the prick was a little meaner so I could just be even angrier that I lost to him. But he's a nice guy. You know, we've talked since. I told him to get signed to the UFC soon because I won't be far behind him. If not, we'll be running that back for my belt. It's really all I care about right now. But unfortunately, you know, you can't go back in time. You can't change things. You don't get any do-overs. And for me, I don't get immediate do-over. A bunch of people were saying rematch. If I won like that, I would not have given him a rematch. So rematch is not in the cards until I earn it, if he's still even around. But if he is, I'm looking forward to it. So train up, champ. You know I will be. But the reason I'm making this video is to just let you guys know I am okay. I'm still a little pissed at myself, frustrated. You know, as a competitor, I fucking hate losing. As, you know, a career prize fighter, I fucking hate losing. I lose half my check. And I wanted to say thank you to everybody that bought tickets, ordered the pay-per-view, bought t-shirts, bought towels, jerseys, whatever. You know, if you went to Second Wind and partied, you know, they sponsored me, Second Wind Brewing. I appreciate y'all. Following Two Fight Bros on social media. Everybody that checks out my sponsors, you know, makes it worth it to my sponsors to support me, which obviously helps me out so much. So thank you to all you guys. And, you know, I told myself I wouldn't apologize for my performance as bad as it was, but I do want to say sorry to you guys for, you know, like I said, that was the most tickets I've ever sold, most t-shirts I've ever sold, most pay-per-views people have ever ordered with my code. And especially if you were only doing all that for me and didn't care about anybody else, it was the worst 60 seconds that we possibly could have experienced that night. So for that, I am sorry. You know, it was tough, but I went and celebrated my hard work in fight camp. And that's what I've been trying to really teach myself is win or lose, I'm putting the work in as hard as I can. I'm being strict. I'm being disciplined. So I deserve to celebrate. You know, immediately after celebrating, I turned around and was just binge eating my depression, you know, like I normally do. But like I said, it sucks as a competitor. It sucks as a career prize fighter. But what I've learned really sucks is, you know, 2-3 days after the loss, as a human, as a person, as Joe, not Skeletor, I don't feel that much worse than after a win. So like if you guys have noticed, my face is obviously much more filled out. I am about like 189, 190. I was 189.8 yesterday morning, which is fucking big. The heaviest I got after my last fight fell through was 197. Just, you know, working and barely training for a couple months and then just getting healthy and binge eating and shit. But even after my last 5 wins, 2-3 days later, I'm just eating like a fucking pig and, you know, not being disciplined and just gaining all this weight, which is probably my biggest mistake, you know, going into fight camp, is starting fight camp so heavy where my focus comes off of training and techniques and onto just getting the weight down and making the weight. So that's one of the biggest errors that I'm going to be working on to fix. And, you know, like I said, it might sound weird to you guys, but 2-3 days after the fight, win or lose, it's like, it's frustrating. You know, my last 5 was, oh, well, this is the one that'll get you to the UFC. This is the one. I bust my ass. I come out of the fight with more debt than I went into fight camp. And I don't get the call. And then, you know, I'm on a 4-fight win streak, all finishes. And then my 5th fight is against this vet, Saul Almeida, 100,000 followers on social media. Trains at ATT with Masvidal. He's fought everywhere, fought everyone. This is the guy that'll get you in the UFC. Nobody finishes him. Nobody dominates him. Even when they win, they look bad. And I go out and 50-45 them, which, if you know, is an impressive feat, you know? And I'm not going to be too afraid or too humble to say. It's impressive. And I did that, pretty fucking handedly. And didn't feel amazing that night, but pretty fucking handedly beat him. No call, got a bunch of shit about how I should have finished him, all this stuff. And it was tough. Tried to make a quick turnaround, destroyed my body. Biggest mistake was I got so big after that Saul fight. I wasn't planning on fighting in March. I was trying to spend some time with my family because I've been gone so much last year. Boom, get this fight offer, ex-UFC vet, last loss, Paddy Pimblett. This is the one, get it done. All right, go to California, bust my ass, get my weight down. 0.2 pounds off of 155 even, and my body shits the bed. Turns out I had a stomach ulcer. There were some signs that I ignored previously that were showing that I wasn't healthy, but I, was just giving my all, pushing through, and ended up in the ER. Almost killed myself doing that. So don't get paid, don't get all this shit, don't get in the UFC, get fat again, get healthy. Well, shouldn't even use those back to back, but fill out, let my stomach heal, get fat, and it's come to my attention that that's a problem. It's a problem that I can win these fights and then turn around 3-4 days later and be depressed and frustrated and upset. And then I can lose a fight and ruin, temporarily, for the time being, ruin my dreams of being back in the UFC and be upset and be depressed. And then after that, kind of fades a little bit, feel just as shitty as after my wins. That's not good. For me, as a person, that's not good. I was doing online therapy for a little bit, and into this last fight camp, I canceled because it's very expensive and I couldn't afford it. I had to pay for fight camp. Day after my fight, I signed back up. I was like, hey, I fucked up. I'm back. Therapist was like, nice to have you back. We jumped into it. So something that I'm going to be working on the mental side of things. And there was a lot of things going on outside of MMA that were affecting, how I was feeling leading up to the fight. And there's no excuses or anything. Don't get me wrong. Dufort fucking embarrassed me. He beat my ass. As he said he would. He said first round, early finish. He did. I think he said TKO though, so fuck you, Dufort. It wasn't a TKO. But yeah, so just some things to work on. And I wanted to let you guys know that I am okay. And I have sat down with my people and broken down everything I need to work on. And I just wanted to keep you guys updated that moving forward, don't think I'm being cold. Don't think I'm being a dick. But, me and my close friends and family have decided that, I feel like I've just left myself a little too available, to certain friends, certain family, and, certain fans even. I try to reply to everybody on Twitter. I try to reply to everybody in my DMs all the time. Shoot the shit with everybody. And I feel like it's kind of backfired to the point where I'm selling tickets the day before weigh-ins. I'm organizing will call tickets the night before my fight at 11:30 at night. I'm selling tickets all week on fight week. I got people blowing me up about oh, by the way, can I grab a shirt when I come by? And I only have a couple that I didn't sell from 6 fights ago that I was like, oh, you can dig through these sizes. And they're, oh, send me pictures. Oh, let me know what sizes. It's one of those things. So moving forward, I will not be on social media as much. I will not be answering everybody's tweets. I will not be answering all the DMs. And I'm sorry. Don't think I don't appreciate you guys. You guys are the reason I get to do this shit. But, for Skeletor's career and Joe's sanity, that's what I feel is best. If my next fight's at Cage Titans like I'd like it to be, and people are even interested in buying tickets to my fight, the deadline will be the Sunday night before fight week. Monday morning, I'm going to shut my phone off, and that's it. It will not get turned on until the following Sunday. I ordered a new phone. It was literally free because you get the service for $10 a month. It's a flip phone. You got to hit the button 3 times to get 1 letter when you text. It's a flip phone that 3 or 4 people are going to have the number to. And if you don't have the number to it, don't get offended. It's literally not that big a deal. It's just what I got to do to zone in. And it's pretty much just an emergency phone. You know what I mean? It has no browser on it, has no Spotify. It's just a flip phone. It's just text and call. So, you know, if something goes to shit or somebody needs me, they can get in touch with me. Or if there's an emergency, somebody can get in touch with one of those 4 people and they can get in touch with me. But I'm not going to be doing as many interviews. I'm not going to be doing open workouts or press conferences. I didn't want to do those things leading up to this fight, and I did as a businessman. But, you know, you wear many hats as an MMA fighter. Taking videos, editing videos, you know, you got to do social media, you got to do interviews, you got to do open workouts. At the end of the day, though, I'm a prize fighter. I'm an MMA fighter, and that's what my focus needs to be on until I'm at that point where I can multitask a little bit better. But I didn't want to do those things leading up to this fight. Wasn't interested in it. Did it anyways. Like I said, none of this is the reason that the fight went the way that it did. But I feel like if I get in control of these certain things outside of the fight itself, outside of the training, it'll make my performances better and prevent this from happening again. The bright side that, you know, my people have been in my ear, you know, put 1 to 3, you know, back-to-back, string them together, and, you know, you've won 8 out of your last 9 with a loss against the killer. Which might be true. To me, my immediate reaction is I was on a 5-fight win streak against local killers and didn't get the call. So what would 2 or 3 do? But who knows? Maybe that's just how it is. Maybe, you know, Dufort goes and gets signed. I win 3 more. Cage Titans offers me another shot at my belt. I say fuck off because that's not how I want to win it back. And then the UFC calls and goes, hey kid, you won 8 out of 9. 1 loss to a guy that we signed. Get in here. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not stressed about it, but that's a bright future possibility. But the biggest thing for me is the frustrations of the game, and, you know, it's a little bit of ego of like, I still believe I deserve to be in the UFC. I do. Before the loss, after the loss, I deserve to be in the UFC. There's a handful of guys right now that I can beat in the UFC. But that's not in the cards for me right now. I have things I need to work on, wins I gotta string together, and it's, you know, it's like I said, it's frustrating. I'm sick of being broke. I'm sick of being, you know, struggling to get by. I'm just so sick of it. And this is the last time I'm gonna be on camera bitching and moaning. So, you know, but if I seem upset or I seem frustrated, it's because I am. And it's not even because of just losing the fight. As a competitor, I sucked at wrestling and I powered through. On to the next. As a career, as, you know, as Joe, it fucking sucks and it's frustrating and it's depressing. And all we can do is either quit or keep going and do whatever we can to make it work. And I'm not quitting. So back to work. You know, inside the cage, outside the cage, in the gym, out the gym. We're working on everything. We're improving on everything. And it'll show in my next fight. But for now, I've got some jiu-jitsu tournaments that I signed up for. October 14th, I'll be doing Grappling Industries Boston. And then November 10th, I'll be doing High Rollers, also in Boston. The next Cage Titans is November 11th. And I really, really, really want to fight on that card. But I don't have the money to train how I want to train. I don't have the money to do another camp at AKA. After such a shitty performance, I don't even feel like I have the right to go hunting around for sponsors again to try and make it happen. I need to just control what I can control. I got to go back to work. I got to pay my bills. You know, like I said, last time I'd be this whiny little bitch, but that was the most money I ever made off a local fight. And I lost. It would have been even the most if I had won. But, you know, that was one of the biggest local fights ever, as much as I got steamrolled and showed. Yeah, I don't know. As much as I got steamrolled. But I made a ton of money that I didn't really get to make. Went right back into paying off debts and fight camp expenses. And I'm still going to be late on a couple bills this month. So it's hard and it's just frustrating. And I just wanted you guys to know where I'm at. And know that moving forward, if I seem like, you know, I'm not talking to anybody, I'm not whatever, like I'm just fucking grinding, man. And I use my social media platform a lot. When I post all the motivational videos or the pictures and all that shit, like, it's for me. I like to watch it back. I like to read it back, but it's also for you guys. I like to motivate you guys. A lot of people say I do. it's crazy for me to even still say that I'm motivating people, but you guys say I do, so I'm trying to keep that up. And it's hard not to post on social media for that reason. Like, I want you guys along for the journey. I want you guys to see the ups and downs and just see that I'm not fucking quitting in life or in fighting. I'm just not. It's just, I don't care how sad or upset or angry I get. I'm just not fucking quitting. I'm just not. It's just not going to happen. So, I'll be low-key on social media. So if you feel like I'm in a dark place or I'm being cold towards you guys or whatever negative way you take it, I'm not. I'm just fucking grinding and trying to do my best. And, I'll get back to it. I'll get back to being on social media more, trying to motivate, trying to be funny for you guys. But for now, I'm going to be focusing on some long form like YouTube videos and just live streams, on Tuesdays as much as I can outside of training and work schedules. I'm going to try and be live every Tuesday on TikTok, every Thursday on Kick, and every Friday on Twitch at Janetti MMA for all three. And we also have our Discord channel. You guys can pop in. We've got meme pages, motivational pages. We got the fight thread, which is talking about fights as they're going on, our own little fight companion in the group. You can keep up with my stream schedules. I'll keep you guys updated on things going on in my life. But yeah, if you want to keep in touch with me, that's the way to do it. Any of my friends that watch this, my notifications for social media are off. So if you're sending me memes, I'm not going to see them for a little while. And just text me if you need me, if you have my number. I feel like there was something else I wanted to say, but I don't know what it was. So yeah, quick recap. I'm okay. I'm going to do better everywhere. I'm going to be a little low key. I'm going to be focusing on my live streams. So come chill, come through, come talk, come through the Discord. Going to be doing a lot of jiu-jitsu tournaments coming up. Going to be opening up for private lessons. Going to be doing improvements to Janetti Martial Arts. That's something that will become a reality, hopefully, in the next couple of years. For now, we're just working out of the garage. And yeah, I appreciate you guys. I'm sorry for, wasting your night on that 60 seconds. But life goes on. We've got things we got to do, and there are way more people that have it worse, people I know personally that have it worse than me. I get to have this downhill slope in my career to, shoot me back up. But people go through harder things in life, and they power through. So we're going to do the same. So I appreciate you guys. If I rambled or repeated myself, like I said, I didn't write any of this down. I just kind of winged it. Winged it. Definitely not wanged it. That's weird. But I was just winging it. And yeah, so until next time, I'll see you guys. I appreciate you. Any questions you guys have, just drop them in the comments. I'll try to get to them and reply. And if you guys ever do feel like quitting, whether it's in a hobby or life, don't. Take a break if you need to. In life, you don't get any breaks, but take some time for yourself. Talk to someone, friends, family, significant others, therapist. I'm going to post a link down below for BetterHelp. You get a free week. I think I get an additional free week, so, everybody wins. But I'm on BetterHelp. I basically text my therapist whenever I want. It's fucking expensive. I can barely afford it, but after seeing how my life has been with and without it, I will cut out anything else in my life before cutting out therapy. It's just been super helpful. So once again, sorry for the rambling. Sorry for repeating myself. But life goes on. We'll get that fucking belt back, and we'll get back in the UFC, and we will fucking run house. So appreciate y'all. Stay tuned, and I'll see you when I see you.